When did you start writing?
When I was 20 years old. Writing a book.
Perfect. What served as your inspiration to write those books?
I wanted to share God's love to others.
In your writing, who or what served as your influence?
Let me see. I was reading some very simple books with simple stories when I was 13, 14, 15 years old. So I told myself, I'll write the way I speak, and I'll tell simple stories. I can't remember now the exact authors for the books themselves, but that was my influence.
Where do you usually write, and how often?
I write every day. I write in my office. I write at home. I write whenever there's a lag time, waiting time, whether it be in the dentist or in the mall while my wife is doing the grocery. You know, I just bring my computer always. I just write and write and write and write.
To this day, why do you continue to write your?
You know, it's really the same thing. I love writing, but I also have a purpose for writing, which is sharing God's love to others. So I've received a lot of wonderful feedback. Thousands of people would email me and tell me that they love the message and it changed their lives, blessed them. So you know, I just have to write. I just have to write my stories, write my books.
Did you have any formal training in writing?
Well, no. I just had my English in college. That was it.
Aside from writing books, what other projects are you involved in?
Well, aside from writing books, the internet is very powerful. So I do a blog, and that reaches thousands of people. Well, I preach a lot, and we do TV work. We've got TV shows, we've got radio programs, we have a video blog called preacherandbluejeans.com. We build communities. We have a ministry for the poor. We do lots of things.
What do you feel when people tell you that you're an inspiration?
I feel happy, fulfilled that my life has significance and meaning. At the end of the day, I think you want your life to have an impact, to help people. You can have everything. You can have wealth, you can have achievement, you can have fame, but if you don't help people, there will still be something lacking. So I really feel fulfilled just hearing it.
Well, as a writer, what are your future plans?
I plan to write about 3-4 books a year. I plan to continue reaching out to more people. We have about 90,000 people who are now signed up in our blog, our soul food letter, email. So I want to let that reach to a million. So a lot of internet marketing, and we want to continue building more distribution centers for the books, just to share the faith.
Since your works are more about finding God in your everyday life, what can you say about people who live in poverty? Can they find God in their everyday life?
I work with the poor a lot. I first of all tell them that, you know, God loves them in spite of this poverty. And I also tell them that God doesn't want you to be poor. He is with you. He's holding your hand. He cares for you in the midst of your poverty. He's present in your poverty. But He doesn't want you to be poor. The reason why He's there is He can lift you up. So I've been writing and teaching about financial literacy, teaching all middle class, poor people, everyone, how money works. Because it's not just prayer, and that's it. It's got to be prayer and action. So I teach people what to do so that they get out of their poverty. There is hope. I always tell them there's always hope. As long as you're alive, there's hope. You can get out of poverty. Then I teach them how.
Why are you so open in sharing your personal experiences to a very wide audience?
Because when you write, you have to get into the reader. You can't just stay there and let the person read. The effective writing is you're able to get into the reader. But the only way for me to get into you is for you to get into me. So when I write, I open my life and I open my heart and tell my innermost secrets. That's my style. So that when I do that, the person goes into my life, and then I have permission now to get into their life.
Why do you write about your faith?
It's the most important thing for me, and it's the most important thing for people to hear. Their relationship with God will affect every other area of their life. The spiritual life is the foundation, and then if you have a strong spiritual life, you can build a good financial life, a good family life, a good future. So that's why I believe faith affects all these other areas.
In terms of faith, what is your opinion about the youth today?
I believe that young people are searching for a way to give their lives and have meaning and have impact in society. I really believe that. They're telling me that young people are more narcissistic, young people are more selfish, young people are apathetic, maybe some. But I believe, even in a subconscious level, they're just waiting for a radical call to give their whole lives to something meaningful. And I keep on giving this call to young people, that your lives, you create your life. It's your decision, and you can live a fantastic life. So give your life to God, to His mission.
At present, a lot of people today have a hard time finding meaning in their lives or finding God, since we say that we don't have time to give.
Yeah.
What can you say about people who say?
Of course, I understand them. I say, yeah, that's your reality. What I do is, I'd give them this illustration. Sometimes we climb a mountain, and we exert so much art and effort, and we sweat a lot, muscles, our arms or legs ache as we climb the mountain. But then on top of the mountain, we find out it's the wrong mountain. We find out that the mountain that we climb is not the mountain we want. And so I tell people, you've got to stop. You can't just be busy, do this. You've got to stop. You've got to ask yourself the question, what do I really want in my life? What mountain do I want to climb? And if you know that you're climbing the wrong mountain, stop. It's useless. No matter how hard you climb, it's useless. Stop. And find out, what do you really want?
You were not writing inspirational books. What would be your career like?
I don't know. If I wasn't writing, then I'd be preaching. If I just helping people some other way.
In your career right now, what do you think is your most memorable moment?
I think there's too many to mention, but what you said a while ago, when somebody says, you changed my life. I think I've grown because of you, or something like that. And when I help a poor person, and that poor person is no longer poor, or when a sinner who's lost and far away from God is now praying, I mean, those moments, they really are my most memorable.
Last question. If you have any advice to young writers out there, what would it be?
Keep on writing every day. Keep on reading every day. That's it. You just have to read every day and write every day.